This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com.
Now we're not. Hey, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. Mike is not in tonight. For some reason, Adam is still muted. Are you now?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Perfect.
So, yeah, we are From North to Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. And I'm JB, and this is Adam sitting in for Mike, and we are 9 days away from Christmas, and yeah. We have a whole new Christmas episode to discuss from Bob's Burgers, as well as 2 more episodes to go over from Universal Basic Guys and Crapopolis this week. How's everyone doing today on this lovely Monday?
It's Monday. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, I think at this point most people are. It's been a Monday already. I think a lot of people are already feeling it. So, hey, Devil Horns, what are you still doing up? That's late for you.
I'm going to be lame and turn it so I can see the chat.
The chat, indeed. 9 days. I know we're close. It actually went by a lot quicker than I thought it would. This whole month has. But yeah, in the sake of news, what news do we have this week? News. Let's see. Bento Box had their Christmas party. Saw that. Had a lot of pictures.
It looks fun.
It looked fun.
Saw the pictures that Mario and Keisuke and sharing.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of fun. Someday maybe we'll get invited. I don't hold that. That's fine, guys. But it'd be really cool to go just to see everybody and say hi to all our friends. But it looked awesome. There's one of my favorite pictures is Harry playing blackjack, where he looks like he lost all his money, but he said he actually did really well. So he's just like I'm just like, oh, buddy. But he's like, no, I actually played pretty well. So
I didn't see that one.
Great. Don't work. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch. Damel had some pictures up. We saw Brian, saw Harry.
Maggie Harbaugh posted.
Yeah, Maggie posted. Joel posted quite a bit.
Yeah, I did see Joel's.
Mm-hmm. Harry said he didn't win the raffle again this year, but it's fine. But no,
what did they raffle?
It looks like they had a bunch of stuff, like speakers, toolkits, power tools, all kinds of
good stuff.
Yeah, like legit stuff. Like we would just be happy if it's just like a Bob's throw blanket. We're like, ooh, I don't have that. But it's Christmas break. No work for me. Nice. Yeah, no work is good.
Yes.
We don't get that here on the state side. It is just work until you can't work anymore. And then you are useless.
But hey, if you're lucky, you get 1 week off a year.
That's true. But don't push it. Cello says, hey, Adam, Queen Abby, JB.
Hi, Charles.
Oh, if only I could do Dr. Phil. Oh, he's such a travesty. Such an asshole. Doctor, quote unquote. Clinical psychologist. I feel like it's like in The Hangover where he's just like, I can look at that x-ray. I'm a doctor. He's like, no, you're a dentist. We went over this last night. You work in
Didn't he lose his license or something?
Hopefully.
I feel like he did. I think there was a disclaimer on his show that they were there just to get advice, not from a licensed professional.
Oh, I think they did have to put that disclaimer up because he's not a legit doctor.
He was, but then something happened where he lost his license to practice.
Probably because he gave bad advice, or actually, you're not even supposed to give advice, so that could be part of what he did. I'm sure there's plenty other things he's done, but yeah, not to get any defamation, because that seems to be something that people do these days.
Yes.
Yeah, he is what he is. It's because I work in schools. Otherwise, yeah, schools are. I mean, the teachers have it good right now because they don't have to work, so that is nice. Hey, Abby, 2006. Is that when it all went down? Christine, is that when Dr. Phil lost his clinical psychology degree license? I don't know what state he's in, so I don't know what his license is. But he broadcasts, so I assume it has to be just within the state he broadcasts from. Let's see. What are some other good news that we've got? The Bento Christmas party. There also was Todd Land posted some new stuff, some things that he's been going through the archives and found all kinds of cool stuff. If you were cool and lucky, he found some wheelies. He found some some pretty creepy Santas, which also was in the newest episode. Creepy Santa. And then he also found Little King Trash Mouse as well. So he put those out there, as well as all of the Kid Robot
The
figures.
totes went back up.
And the totes went up too, with and without lanyards. Last time I checked, without lanyards, there was a few left. But those
I know the one with like everybody from Seymour's Bay was sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that one was 2 years ago, right?
Yes,
I have that one.
Yeah, last year was just the storefront.
The building, yeah.
The smaller one too.
Mm-hmm. I know he put those up. I may actually just check really quick and see what he has left for everybody if you're looking for last minute gift ideas, because we're getting close to the shipping thing. Todd's got a Funko figure, so if you want to get that, you can. It's pretty cool. He also put up a bunch of Toddland clothes.
I need to look at that because I want to get a pair of shorts.
Like the fossil fuel shirt looks cool. The shorts I'm definitely into, and I went on eBay. There's a lot of Toddland like sweaters and stuff that look really nice. But he's like, make sure you get the right size. He's like, you should just hang out. And he's like, you can just try on stuff, and whatever fits, then you can like get what you need.
Nice.
Let's see. If we look at the Bob's Burger stuff, let's see what's available. Totally Normal Santa. He put up the holiday Belcher pin, which is super nice. It's really big, but it's the Christmas of our dreams. The candy cane truck is officially sold out. Linda's tree sold out. Burger of the day sold out. Hanukkah is still there. Santa Teddy and the inflatable sold out. Kids on the Sled sold out. It looks like a lot of that stuff sold out.
Wow.
Oh, but if you're still trying to get last minute Louise Hugging Coochie Kopi t-shirts right here, these are still available. And he has
get it while you can.
Yeah, get them while you can, because it is a discontinued graphic. It's not coming back. And if you still look, there's still a lot of pins and things still available, and stickers. Looking at the Great North as well, because we are pushing the Great North this week. Shirts are available, pins are still available. The ones I drew are still available, guys. You should snag those.
Here, is this the Christmas pin?
That's the Christmas pin, yeah.
It's huge. I love it.
Massive. It's like the size of my wallet. It's big. It's like
so yeah. There's that compared to regular sized Rudy.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Christmas tree ornament and the bleakening were in the beginning of the episode last night. Yeah, I saw those two on the tree. The tree looked a little bit less Linda-esque. It wasn't as bushy as it usually is. It seemed like a more natural looking tree. Maybe they're just changing things up. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Abby gets me. I don't want to lay it out, but thanks to Mike, I'm getting toasty at Wheelie for Xmas. Nice. No, we want people to get cool stuff. That's why Todd's putting stuff out there when he finds it. And he's been going through and having Cliffy just put stuff up. So as much as he can, he's been trying to put things up there. I know today was Christmas pins that he found a whole bunch of. And then 2 days ago, it was all the stuffies. And who knows what else he'll find. So keep an eye out. He will post it. And if he has a lot of it, he'll tell us so we can post it too, so you guys can get access to it. I have that Christmas pin. I do too. The Christmas pin is massive. It's just hanging up. So, trying to think of some other good news. There's a lot of Great North stuff. We are pushing the Great North. It comes back this week on Sunday for season 5, and it deserves all of the praise. I've been rewatching it on Hulu, which you can do. It's a great show. My pins are available. You can grab those. I have like the Bigfoot, little Mr. Catch a Can, and I have Ham as the Little Shop of Horrors. So like they're fun, and the show's great. We're gonna keep showcasing it all week and trying to get more people to go see it and go watch it. We may even do like a trivia at some point, which will probably have some prizes. I think we do plan on doing a Great North giveaway as well. So just keep your eyes peeled. And if you haven't watched it yet, we've talked about it between me, Adam, Mike, and Abby and people. Just watch it. It's great.
Yeah, that's good.
It's Wendy and Lizzie, the same people who wrote pretty much every Christmas episode you guys rave about, and pretty much any holiday episode you guys rave about. And they helped
You
write
can't
it.
compare it to Bob's.
Yeah, they helped. Yeah, they've made some amazing Bob episodes. I think they're responsible for a lot of the Emmy nominations for Bob's, and they work on both, but this is their show, and it's great on so many levels. So give it a shot. It's not just a Bob's ripoff. It's very different.
It's its own show. It just kind of resembles Bob's in the animation style. That's the only similarity.
It's the only similarity. Same studio makes it so it's a similar look. I have the Christmas pin on a red shirt. Yeah, there used to be on shirts. I don't think there's any of those left, though. And Aaron, yeah, they make a perfect badge and an ornament. We've talked about that. And how they could make really good kitchen magnets as well. We'll see what the big guy does sometime. See if Todd's able to do that kind of stuff. If not, who's to say that From North to Wharf won't show you how to make it into an ornament or show you how to make your pins into magnets so you can have cool ones on your fridge. I see the Great North is great, and I'm always right. So you should watch it. Thank you, Abby. You should watch it. It's amazing. Yeah, all the Toddlands Great North stuff is on sale right now. We're just trying to get more people to watch it, more people to start liking it. And the more people that wear the shirts and stuff around, the more likely people will see it and watch it, which is kind of how Bob's took off for a little bit. The merch started popping up and people were like, what is that? And that helped it out.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, I was in the
JCG.
cookbook for years before I even started watching the show.
Same. I got the cookbook as a gift. I watched seasons 1 and 2 with my buddy, and then before he moved away, he bought me the cookbook. And then I was like, oh, wow, this is so cool. And then I started making them. But now I have a signed copy of the cookbook from good old Cole Bowden, the man who wrote it himself. So that was cool.
I can't remember if mine's signed or not.
JZG, it is really good. We've talked. Yeah, it's a great show. Cello, I hear Moon Court. I love Moon Court. It's so good. Enough said. It is so good.
Sustained.
Code Red. It's so. There's so. I think if I had to, there's a couple episodes, and me and Mike are each going to pitch our top 10 Great North episodes. That if like you want to get into it and you want to like help friends get into the show, because everyone has like their Bob's episode. Like, oh, introduce these episodes to your friends. They'll watch Bob's forever. There are similar ones for the Great North where you're like, these are like the top episodes to send someone to be like, this will get you hooked. Moon Court is one of those.
That's what I need to get your list and watch those episodes, because I won't lie, I've not seen every episode.
Moon Court, Beef Hunt. There's some great ones. The one with Bigfoot is great, where he catches Bigfoot, and like they kind of make it seem like he didn't, but I think he actually caught him, but he got away. And also, for all of you people who are into cryptids, the Great North supports all of that stuff. And like every episode, I think it's from season 2 on, there is a Bigfoot running in the scene or in the show and in the episode at some point. And at the end of season, I want to say it's 4, they did a little mashup in the end credits of where they all were. And it was super fun to watch. So I'm always pushing that they make different colored Bigfoots for each season as a pin. I think that could be fun.
Oh, yeah.
The curling episode's great. The music's really good on this show, too. Mario, Deanna does all the dance numbers and stuff for a lot of the show. He's the dance guy from Central Park. So they brought him in to do that, and he's awesome. Mario's the nicest dude you're ever gonna meet, and he always comes on here and talks. Like he could talk for hours about TV, mostly animation, because he's worked on so many things. Animaniacs, Angry Beavers. Did he work on Batman the Animated Series? I think he did.
I don't remember.
I think he did, but the amount of stuff that he's worked on is crazy.
Like all the shows I loved as a kid.
Yeah, everything I loved as a kid, he's responsible for.
He's amazing. He helped get me through the long nights in the hospital.
Yeah. Curling episode, that's a good episode too. They did a lot of research for that. The show, and we've talked about this, but the show does so much research to make sure that it nails Alaska and gets it right. So really, just give it a check out. It's such a good show, and you can definitely get caught up in a quick binge, and you can be ready for season 5 this Sunday. So the Beavers.
It's easy to do in a week.
Yeah, I've only been able to pop in from time to time tonight, but I wanted to say I love the Great North. It gets better. It does get better with every rewatch. It really does, because it is, as everyone, and we're gonna do an episode at some point, guys. And maybe even just a series of going through. We were just talking about this beforehand. People are asking why Bob's is not as unhinged as it used to be, and people want to talk about old Bob versus new Bob's. We will do that at some point. It will happen, and we're gonna set up a round table between like me, Adam, Mike, probably Abby too. We might even try to get more people on and just really have a big discussion about it, and really just lean into it a little bit and see where you guys land on it, because we are of the mind that both are fine and both offer different things, but we want to hear other people's opinions and things too. So we'll put it out there and have people write their opinions, like maybe as an AMA, and then we can take those answers and answer questions during that and just kind of go into the whole debate, because it's worth doing. But the Great North is unhinged a lot of the times. So like Moon is very unhinged and very Louise-esque at times, but in his own way. Ham can be too, and Wolf is just ridiculous. Wolf is like a tame Linda, but with Will Forte. And it's just so good. So yeah, give it a shot. It's totally worth watching. They do have a Christmas episode where they get high. It's great. They do a couple of those actually. But it's just totally different. Plus, Alanis Morissette is literally her imaginary friend. Like, you're not going to get any better than that.
No.
We've got Beaver Fever. Yes. Please make a Skanky t-shirt. We've talked about it. We have some old The Great North designs that me and Mike put together a while ago. Like, I have a Bigfoot Society shirt that says Lone Moose Chapter on the back. It even has like the VFW Lodge where they meet. We did that one, and it's really cute. It's just like a little circle logo, and it says like the Bigfoot Society. It has the Bigfoot in it, like waving. And then I think underneath this is I Believe. It was a lot of fun. We have a Bigfoot 5K, which is like the Lone Moose tee for 5K race for the Bigfoot 5. What other ones we had? A Sunset Sales one. Skanky would be easy to do. I love Skanky. The Shrimp Pimp shirt was at Toddland. I don't know if it's still available or not, but Shrimp Pimp is great.
I know Todd said that sold really well.
Yeah. Is it still there? The pin is still there. I think the shirt may be gone. The sticker is still there. Yeah, all the shirts and totes are gone for the Great North. Those went quick. We had a Pizza Surprise shirt. This is one of the best end credits ever for a show. It's Pizza Surprise.
Are the Party Posse hats still up?
They are not, but his idea, I hope it comes to fruition, but we'll see. But I don't think those will be gone forever, because now there's different posse hats that you can have, and I want more than anything to have Velcro switch what you want for the hat, because there's like planning posse, there's party posse, there's was there jury posse, defense posse, prosecutor posse, because for all the Moon episodes of Moon Court. Let's see here.
Got my Party Posse hat.
Nice. It's fun. Like, Great North is so much fun. I describe Great North as if Ron Swanson his own show, but with Thomas Alanis Morissette God figure, and it takes place in Alaska's fairy godmother. It is very like Clarissa explains it all in Pete and Pete. It's a great analogy, and I love both shows. So Judy definitely will have the more Clarissa vibe, and so does Ham at times because they're like 8th graders in high school. Like they're in junior high, or sorry, they're in high school, not junior high, but they're in high school, so they drive, and it's very Clarissa. And Pete and Pete vibe definitely comes from like a little bit of Moon, and Wolf often have that vibe. Skanky is one of the most dancing Christmas trees with a face and balls on it. Yeah, that's why he's great. And Beef hates him. He had to go. I loved watching Wolf eat grass. And yep, to do the perfect poop episode, yep, he studied the moose's diet. I want a Death of Toaster Halloween shirt. See, that would be fun too. See, we will do these things. And Todd wants to do a ton of these ideas. It's just, we got to get more people watching the show. I mean, they literally have God in it. Yeah, Dogma. So good. I see Great North as a fan headcanon and Kevin Smith's universe. Kind of, yeah. In a cartoon version, a little bit, yeah. Let's see. Here's a question. Do you think they'll be sure to keep the tattoos Judy and Kima got in High School Expectations Season 5? I certainly hope they keep that in the storylines. They probably will. I could see that. They may not show it a lot because it's an extra animation step. But I think if they were wearing bathing suits and it wasn't like a one piece, they probably would show it. So I know it's on their backs. I would think so. Just knowing Mario, he's all about continuity. So I have a feeling they'd do it too. I mean, they kept Bob's tattoo. They did forever. It's still there. They definitely show it all the time. The thing is permanent. I agree.
I keep forgetting I have that tattoo.
You do.
Mel knows that I like went and scratched my back the other day, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot you had that."
That's why I can't get. I know it's like the ultimate Bob's fan tattoo, but I just can't bring myself to do it because I'm just like, I would want something different.
I mean, I threw it on because the guy's like, I'll do the Coochie Kopi and that one for the same price. So
yeah, there's like, they're not.
It was a 2-for-1. I had to do it.
Yeah, his tattoo is visible in Boogie Boards. That's right, Brittany. And they did keep Wolf and Honeybee's tattoos. So I think they will keep it continuity-wise. So, and I mean, Great North and Bob's were also rated best animated shows to be watching on TV. That was this year. Great North, I think, and Bob's both had episodes that were nominated for best TV episodes of the year, with The Amazing Rudy and Risky Beef Business, when Beef gets back into the game. This whole, like, the last season was so good, of like a guy who's been divorced for like pretty much almost 2 decades. Like, finally, well, I guess not 2, but a good amount of time getting back out there and realizing he's missed out. So it's a great, and animated shows tackling that, which is awesome, and it kept it funny. So how about it? Husky Toast is a plushie. Oh, Husky Toast. Oh, we had a Tusk Johnson shirt. That was so much fun to make. It literally is just like Tusk just looking regal, and then it's just bordered in logs. This is Tusk Johnson Mountain Man. But no, we did that one. We had a Jarvis Dufresne t-shirt, and it just said, like, I don't want to answer, or what does it say on the back? Mike did. It says, like, I'm Jarvis Dufresne, and on the back it says, I'm not comfortable talking about that. So just like little things from the show are always going to be there. It isn't like Tina by her tar pit because that was temporary. They got removed. That was just removable tats. How about those? If we could get it, yes. I think if we were going to do a Great North plushie, I think we'd probably start off with Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
He's cute. He's plushy. He'd be fun. Yeah, I think you would do him first. And then from there, I really would love to have the talking fish that Ham saves from the Salmon Run episode. But
I feel like plushies would be pretty far down the line right now, though.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if you guys get more people watching it and more people demanding merch for Great North, I think you will see plushies. Bob's, it took a while to get plushies. So especially good plushies. I know they had some other ones for a while. They were fine, but Todd's are like top notch. So speaking of irons on, maybe I'll make Bob's tattoo into a temporary tattoo. Take on and off as you please. That'd be fun. I would be fine actually just making a shirt that says "Ask me about my tattoo." It would just be hard though because it would have to be like a Great North or from it'd have to be a From North to Wharf shirt. But when you lift it up, you would see the tattoo. Like it would just be on the other side of your shirt. But we'll see. Maybe we can figure that out. I've used Bob Burger's headphones that I wore everywhere, but they totally died. Never going to find another pair. Yeah, some stuff like that is hard to find. Even though they could find Talking Fish and Outdoor Bass Shop. Yeah, it's just different though. Because he has funny, catchy songs that he sings. It was like a burger on each. Oh, that's cool. Maybe some of the stuff will come back. You never know. They possibly could. But that's in the news. Great North will be back with an all-new episode for season 5, starting on Sunday. The new season kicks off. And we'll be promoting it. Probably the whole month of January too. We'll probably try to push it as much as we can because we want people to watch it. We want people to get into it because it's a great addition to Animation Domination. Other news. Christmas is here, so we'll have you guys show off your Bob stuff when you get it so we can see it. I think we're still going to have our Christmas merch up until I think the last day for shipping is coming up soon. I think it's very soon. I think it's like just in 3 days.
Okay, I thought it was like the 15th, which is...
It may have been yesterday.
3 days.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're trying to get shirts and things like that, I think we'll keep them up to the new year, and then we'll probably take them down. But just let us know about, like, the Christmas shirts. We're trying to figure out what to do next year. And I think what we'll do is put all the holiday shirts out really quick on like October, so you guys will have easier access to get them. You can just order them all at once, and you can get which ones you want. Drugstore during the 90s. Remember those big Billy Mount? Those bass things were huge.
Oh yeah,
for a long time.
It was always weird seeing those things up in someone's house.
Yeah, and Aaron and you guys, like, if you have ideas for Great North stuff, you can always just shoot us a message, and we will try to relay it up the line and see what can get made and what can't. We sold those stupid fish at the truck shop and worked on early 2000s. Yeah, those bass were like flying off the shelf. People loved that shit. Which is crazy that people still cared about them so much. But I'm trying to think if there's any other news that we've got going on real quick for this. Calendars went out this week. If you won that, congratulations. That stuff went out. The Santas, also the winners, were announced over on Blue Sky, so those are getting sent out probably this week, and we'll get there before Christmas. At least that's the plan. The calendars will definitely be there either before or right after Christmas, so you'll be able to use them at the beginning of the year. I think that might be it for news for right now, but we'll see. If new stuff comes up, we'll post it. But yeah, let's jump into these episodes and see what we can come up with for you guys and see how you guys felt about this week's lineup. So, real quick, let's do Universal Basic, guys, because I know not everybody's into it. So we'll make it a quick little one. This is episode 12. This is Deer Steaks. The overview is that Mark accidentally murders Hank with a crossbow while hunting a deer. Mark's neighbor David struggles to keep deer from eating his garden. It would seem like somebody watched part of this episode when they wrote the synopsis, but not the whole episode. Because
I know it threw me off.
Yeah, it definitely threw me off. Yo, what's up, Aaron? But
Aaron.
It definitely didn't happen.
No.
So what happened in this episode is Mark does buy a crossbow and has this idea that he's going to be a provider and a hunter and get deer and bring meat and things and supply the family with meat. And Hank's just along for the ride. He's the gatherer, which basically means he just picks up arrows that Mark shoots. the deer part is true in the garden part. David is having a hard time keeping deer out of his garden, and his garden is getting noticed by the Philadelphia morning show, so he wants to keep it safe. This also goes into a weird, like, true crime line where
Yeah.
like one of their friends from the hot dog factory has been murdering his wives. The first one they said was like, yeah, she fell down some stairs, so they were referencing the Staircase documentary. And then the next one he brought up was like that he cut her up with a knife, and he's been living in the woods. But it was very random. Mark accidentally kills him. Spoiler alert.
And it was Doug, not Hank.
Yes, and then he continues to say he's a bounty hunter, and they should be giving him thanks for what he did. But yeah, once again, Hank saves the day by just being a nice guy who likes eating hot dogs. So, if this was the episode that everyone was watching, this was humorous at times. There was some funny moments and some funny things to it. Was it predictable? Yes. I think the plot was pretty predictable from start to finish, what was going to happen and how it was going to play out. The murder thing, I think, was the wrench. But once they explained that, I was like, okay, this is just how it's going to be. Mark's going to kill the guy. Yep. And you could see it play out. And it did. And it had some funny bits to it. I did not see the fence doing all the damage it did.
No,
that I did not see.
That was surprising as well.
So that, I think, was the unexpected thing. And it tiptoed around certain things and making certain jokes, but it did walk it back, which it does always, so it plays it safe. But yeah, it was a fine episode. I enjoyed this. What were your thoughts on it?
Definitely worth watching.
I think it's a good show in itself. Like, it's not like there are certain episodes that are great. This was one where I think it was near. It was like near the top. This is one of their top episodes, and it was pretty fine. There's nothing like negative about it, really, that I would say.
It kept me interested the whole time, which is nice. I feel like that's not always the case with it.
And
there have been a few episodes where I'm like, I just want this to end.
Yeah, there are certain times where that will be a thing. And I think with those kind of episodes in particular, I'm just like, it's just missing the mark.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it kind of annoying. It's like, why is it not doing what I want it to do? But overall, I thought it was fine.
I did love how Doug's Facebook was just full of murderous athletes.
Literally. Yeah.
OJ, Pistorius.
Well, that was the joke where it's just like he just that almost crossed the line. It's like he just likes athletes. It's just like, no, they all murdered their wives. It's just like, no, like this, you're just reading into it too much.
He's just a sports fan.
Yeah, he just likes sports. So this episode was fine. If you haven't watched the show, it's not bad. It's nowhere near as outlandish as like Family Guy or anything. It walks that line. But it is kind of what you think it will be. And it doesn't necessarily disappoint in that sense. So I would give it a shot. Let's talk Crapopolis, because a lot of you are into it. Some of you are not, but Crapopolis is another great show that I definitely like and enjoy. So let's get into this one a little bit. This is episode 7. Oh, sorry, no, it's not episode 7. What am I talking about?
I was like, what? Did I watch the wrong one?
It's episode 9, my bad. It's Enter Prophecy Duck. There's a new king in town, the Rug King. Horrible timing for a prophecy foretelling of Tyrannus' downfall. Stupendous tries to get deep with Deliria, in more senses than one. There are 2 plots with this one. You have the A and the B. The A is definitely Tyrannus getting basically, Hippocampus captures a duck that can foretell the future and is an
prophecy
oracle.
Duck.
Yes. And Tyrannus makes fun of it and says, like, well, duck can't predict the future. That's stupid. So then it predicts the future and says that he will have a downfall. And it'll be when all these certain things happen. Hippo tells him don't read into this stuff because the oracles are just, they're right because you make them right. But Tyrannus can't help himself and, yeah, gets himself into some trouble. The other plot is that Stupendous and Deliria get trapped in a cave that Stupendous sets up to have an intervention with her mom about her mom basically interfering with her in battle and weakening enemies so that she doesn't get hurt, showing that she cares a little bit.
Cow poison.
She poisons people and poisons animals that they're fighting just to basically make it easier for Stupendous. And Stupendous is upset by it, and she's like, I think we should have a dialogue about this. It does work out well. They do end up talking about it, and she does say it's because I worry about you, and I want to make sure that you're fine. She's like, I know you can handle yourself. But it does show, I think we're getting a little more of Deliria being a little more motherly than we were in the first season, which some people may not love, but I think she's
It's nice to know she has a caring side.
Yeah, it's nice to know that both exist. The other plot, though, with the duck. What did you think of this one?
I thought it was ridiculous and I loved it.
Yeah, it was just outlandish and just like
Prophecy Duck is just beyond ridiculous, and it made me very happy for some odd reason.
And it's just because I think it was just so outlandish, and Schlub gave it so much like regard. Which is just like, oh yes, you are correct.
And then Hippo was just like, no, you're gonna make it come true. Like, it made me think, because I'm a nerd, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And it can basically fulfill the prophecy that Padme was going to die because he tried to stop it.
Yeah. Because he just didn't let it go. And that's what Hippo kept saying. He's like, dude, just let it go, man. It's not a big deal. If you give this duck all this power, it's going to come true because you're going to make it true. And he did. And this Rug King just wanted to be his friend. He's like, you were just really nice to me. Although Tyrannus had other motives. But yeah, he just wanted to. He's like, you helped me overcome my social anxiety, and you made me a good rug salesman, and I'm excited. I like Crapopolis. You're a good king. And he's like, wow, that actually felt good hearing that from somebody. And then, yeah, he did have a downfall. He fell down the tower stairs. It was a humbling experience. The duck did make one final prediction, though. And I do think if the show does well enough, we will probably see a prophecy duck Stuffy at some point, because he's just like, you're saying that in the near future, if we don't buy enough stuffy ducks, the world will split in two and the cataclysms will begin and the world will end.
Oh, he said that, and I immediately did a Google search. I'm like, are they already gonna have this out?
Because he's like, and Fox will put this together. Who's Fox? Like, they're just making a whole spoof, but like, it could be one of those deep cut things that we do end up seeing at the Crapopolis table at the Comic-Con next year. That's just like, oh, we're only handing out like 10 of these, and Dan Harmon signs the tags or something. So it could be something. It'd be fun, because I'm sure Todd and Fox would make it look really funny and cute.
Oh, yeah.
So if they make it, yeah, I'd be all about it. I think it'd be fun to have.
Yep.
So, especially
100%.
if it quacked. If it quacked, it'd be even better.
Yeah, get a little voice box like they have at Build-A-Bear.
Literally, just like put it in a wing, and it's just like, and be like, that's wonderful. So we'll see. It could also be fun too. I've always wondered if they would ever do like a fortune clam in front of the booth for Bob's, or if they would ever do like the prophecy duck in front of Animation Domination. And it just quacks, and then it's just like, oh, that's so profound. Good day upon you all. And just like shoot people away.
I'd hang out with Prophecy Duck, since I usually end up working that booth.
I think that'd be fun to do. But we'll have to see if that's ever comes to fruition. The clam, I don't think it'd be too bad. It'd just be a shell that opens and closes. There'd have to be someone, of course, in the back, maybe on a Bluetooth, talking and be like, hey, you over there with the bag, where'd you get that?
Todd has wanted to do more interactive stuff.
I'll pitch
or
it.
more visual, anyway.
Yeah. I always thought it'd be fun, too, if we could get someone's voice and literally use it, but that dabbles on that weird AI shit, and I don't want to ruin people, so no,
Yeah.
I won't say that.
I'm still waiting on the life-size Wheelie Mammoth, though.
Yeah, that would be fun. That's a big photo op. I think that'd be fun. I just think it'd be so heavy and obnoxious to bring around, but I think he's worried someone would try to steal it.
That'd be hard to steal, though. You'd see someone carrying that off.
You would, but yes, Clamstradamus I think would be fun. I agree with that, and Aaron seems to agree with it as well. Clamstradamus would be cool. I would love if just like if voices and stuff were not, of course, stealing property, intellectual property. It'd be cool to have someone impersonating Calvin, and just like literally if you had like Wonder Wharf as the backdrop of the booth, and you could just see like a light shining through, almost like the Amelia effect from the episode. It's just Calvin's outline, and it's just him standing. He's like, "You down there, boy with the bag, where'd you find that?" Or like, "I like your outfit. It's very nice, very shiny." Like, I think that could be funny and interactive. But then, of course, like Kevin Kline's not going to be there.
No.
So it's just a voice. So it's a little bit hard to do that. But I think that could be fun. Because they do that with like what's his name? Crush from the Finding Nemo ride. They do that. But yeah, I'm sure there's a whole way to do that. And that may be more complicated than our pay grade.
I mean, Todd knows people. They might be able to get Kevin Kline to do it.
Or at least just say random things that might work. Like, that's a nice superhero outfit.
Yeah, just a couple little snippets here and there.
Little lines. I think that'd be fun.
He could do it when he records an episode. It'd be very easy.
Yes. But those are some of the ideas I think could be really cool. But I'm actually really hopeful that Crapopolis, I think there could be so many good merch items for Crapopolis too, and fun things to do. I think it's just if enough people start watching it, you'll see more of this stuff roll out.
Yeah.
So this episode, I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily know if it's my favorite, but I do like that these episodes are actually making you think about things. Hey, country. It's very much like the last couple episodes have had some really deep kind of like intellectual thoughts. And I think they're trying to ask those questions. And I think since Crap Apocalypse happened, where they were repeating the same day, which is probably my favorite episode of the show, it really has been pushing that.
I feel like they're finally starting to find their footing.
I think so too. The VTuber Iron Mouse used a tablet to attend conventions, and it was very, very fish owner. Yeah, character makeup. I think that could be fun. Honestly, I think interactive stuff would be a lot more fun for fans too, to be able to do that kind of stuff. So Clamstradamus might be an easy animatronic to put together, but I would love to do some stuff with like Calvin and people like that, because people love the fish owners. Or even like roller skate guy. If they paid someone just to roller skate around the booth every like 15 minutes and be like, "What's up? Gotta go." And just like they just roll by. I think that'd be so fun as an interactive thing.
I feel like Todd needs to look into that and just have someone do that as the line person.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just roller skate around the line talking to people.
Even that could be fun. I think if Animation Domination always does that, like what do they call that? I always forget the name of the thing. Activation. They do an activation every year where they do stuff, but like I think the best activation, honestly, is literally just do a restaurant somewhere.
I'm bummed we missed that.
I know. Even if it was just like a pop-up one in like a shipping container, and it was like the like two containers, and one was the restaurant and one was the like kitchen area, and you could sit at the booth, like the booths were there and like the line was there and stuff, like the counter, and then like roller skate guy just went by, or like people from the show just kept walking by, or occasionally like every like maybe like every hour a big huge gush of water shoots out from the ground, like from like the concrete, and it's like, oh, there went the pipe burst. Like just little stuff like that could be fun. Like the fish owners, like someone dressed up as Calvin going by on a golf cart and being like, "Out of my way, burger people." Like little interactive things like that would be huge for fans. They would lose their minds.
I'd love it if someone dressed up as fish or threw a firecracker at me.
Little things like that I think would be hysterical. So, and it would definitely be little like things that would call back to people. So maybe someday those things will happen, and maybe just how to get them to happen, I guess. Then they could voice actors actually interacting at cons with less risk to them. Exactly. I think that'd be one way to do that with less risk. Even if it was just like a soundboard that someone managed and just like hit buttons, and there's like a couple catchphrases and things on it for several different characters. That could be fun. where it's like maybe it's a conversation between Linda and Gretchen that just happens to take place in the back of the kitchen, and you see them on animatronics move around. But she's like, "Hey, Gretchen, hi," and just like back and forth. That could be fun just to overhear. But little things like that, I think, would definitely make people, especially in the line, be more excited because they're sitting there and they can hear this stuff. And it's like, oh, I didn't catch that. I should have gotten in line and heard that again. So it could be something like that. An animatronic on one of the player pianos and sing the bourbon song. Yeah, I think that could be fun too. I'd kill for Bob, drag queen as Marsh. There are drag shows that are Bob's dedicated. Simon's posted them. Jose has posted them before. They're out there. Just keep an eye out. People post them all the time.
Yeah, I get them posted in my group a lot.
Mm-hmm. I take that as a Christmas decoration. The Calvin playing bourbon. I do think that'd make a great pin, honestly, as Calvin playing the piano with Teddy and the bourbon, like him holding one of the drinks. I think that'd be fun. But we'll see what happens. There's plenty of time to see what we can come up with. But yeah, Crapopolis, I think it was a good episode. Favorite? No, but definitely, I think I agree with Adam. It's finding its footing, and I think that is it's on a good trajectory. So I give Dan Harmon a lot of props. I think it could be something good if they keep pushing this way.
Were the creatures in the cave a reference to the movie The Descent?
I thought they were.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure.
Like they hear, because they didn't have eyes. They think they hear through those things. Because they were attracted to their movement. So I think that was what that was. Good eye, though. It took me a minute to remember what movie that was from. I just could not. All right, guys. It is time for Bob's Burgers. The big bread and butter. So, I'm going to butcher this name, because I always do.
It's a hard one.
Dog Christmas Day after.
Afternoon.
After. Okay. This is our Christmas episode. This is episode 9, season 15. The Christmas episode that everyone's been waiting for. And I think it's time for us to discuss it. What did you guys think? Because I know how I feel about it. I'm curious what the rest of you feel about it. A Bob's Jukebox, but it's an iPad, giant dogs, and kitchen. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. It's almost like the little talking burger, which is fun. If you don't have it, it's only like $10. It's totally a great little buy to get. There's some great catchphrases on it.
So I had mine back there.
Christmas episode was all right, predictable, heavily predictable, but it was all right. Okay. That's one of you. What about the rest of you? What are you thinking? What did you think? Because I'm curious, because you guys are all different opinions about it. This has been a long-awaited thing, too. People have been waiting for a Christmas episode, or a holiday episode just in general. I love this episode. It was super cute. I'm glad it had a happy ending. Talking Burger is best. Yeah, Talking Burger is great. Abby says it's best. Well, not the best episode, but loved it. And has said it had a good happy ending. Loved it. This definitely had more of a lesson vibe. Multiple lessons. And I know this goes back to that whole debate of like, I miss them being quirky and uncanny and just doing all this crazy stuff like Chet and all those different things that people are like, oh, the old seasons, they just done some really random thing. And it kind of played out how me and Mike thought it would when we first heard about the episode, is that the Belchers were trying to find someone's Christmas gift and they didn't want to give it back, which did happen.
Yeah.
We could have kept the dog. Yeah, that would have been cute, but animation-wise, I think that would have been obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because then you got to find a place for it to sleep. You have to put its food and water dish out. You have to figure out, like, where's it going to be during these episodes? How do they take care of it? Who takes care of it? That's why I think Wheelie, you never saw it for a while, so they had to explain, like, what happened to Wheelie, and it's like, oh, we got rid of it. Let's see. I loved it, but there was a Christmas one last season. There was one last season. You're right. But I think people were looking for like Thanksgiving and other holidays. But for Christmas, they're like, we'll take it. Because Christmas episodes are always important to people. Those to me are the best. but none of them ever beat season 8's Christmas episode. Season 8, is that Gingerbread House on the left? I'm trying to think if that's that one.
Is it Bleakin?
Oh, that's the Bleakin one. You're right. That's Bleakin part 1 and 2.
Yeah, because that's a 2-parter.
Mm-hmm. And I used to go to HearstCon. Yeah, I've heard of HearstCon.
HearstCon?
Mm-hmm.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah. People deck out hearses and all kinds of different stuff. Yeah.
That's amazing.
If they can't afford a game whiz, they can't afford a dog. Agreed, Aaron. Thank you.
Bob has said that too.
Thinking that. Bob said it too. And it makes sense. They can't. And they're struggling, guys. And I mean, that's the whole premise of this episode. They couldn't buy a Game Whiz, which is literally a Switch. They could not buy it. And it's not that they didn't want to. They just couldn't afford it. Plus, their car doesn't even work. And I would love for them to have a puppy. I think it'd be super cute, but it doesn't make sense with their lifestyle right now.
Nope.
Maybe at the end of the show's run, we'll get a dog. But for right now, I don't think it's happening. I loved what I've seen. I didn't get to see him in the middle, but I've heard from him. Yeah, it's definitely worth rewatching. There's a lot of good moments. It's a very feel-good episode. Gene, for the one moment before the chocolate came out, I was like, Gene's actually being very adult and trying to be like, just come here. I don't want you to get hurt. I want to make sure you're safe, and like trying to be a good kid.
It was very sweet.
It was very sweet. And I was like, oh, this is good for Gene. And then I remembered, oh, wait, there's a chocolate bit. And there it was. And Jeannie just didn't know.
One thing about the chocolate that annoyed me, didn't he start to like it in the episode with the substitute cook?
Yep, he did. With Chow Isabella, kitchen substitute teacher.
Why can I not think of that the episode name?
It's Bob Actually.
Thank you.
Where he envisions himself in Italy in front of a chocolate shop with her.
I love that little cutaway.
It's so good. It's a little cutaway, but it's such a fun one. I loved it when I didn't. Okay. I'm glad they didn't keep the dog. It just wouldn't make sense for them. And I'm glad to get more Bob's Animation pups. They're very cute. They are very cute. This one was super cute. Very adorable. And even though we didn't get a Thanksgiving episode, we did get a turkey baster reference. And it was seen.
I love how they called it out, too.
Dad, stop.
You and your turkey baster.
I wanted him to have a name for it.
I know. It's so weird that he doesn't at this point.
Like, I wanted him to be like, keep Charlene out of your mouth.
Keep my turkey baster's name out your mouth.
Her name is Charlene. We don't bring her up. It's out of season. She's resting now. Like, something like that could have been fun. But either way, the reference is there, and it was awesome. Because that's totally a call for Thanksgiving and Bob's love of it. It just wanted the kids to have a win with the dog. It seems like it's been an ongoing thing that they can't afford one and just wanted to have them win. They did get a win.
They did. That was the last thing I wrote on my notes.
Yep, they got the Game Whiz. It worked out. They got a reward for finding the dog. Which, remember, guys, Lauren brought this up at Comic-Con a couple years ago, that the Belchers do not get big wins. That's just not what it's about. They're like everybody. They have little wins and small victories. That's how they work.
So I was actually surprised
they got the Game Whiz.
That they got it. Like, I mean, it can't be that expensive, maybe $200, but the fact that they got it was awesome. But I was very surprised that they actually got that win.
And that was the thing I was thinking so important. And they addressed a hard issue, is that the Belcher kids know that they don't have money. They know it. So they're like, we're just asking. Like, Louise usually puts out her ridiculous list of like a shark and all kinds of like her own apartment fully furnished. Like, her list is usually insane. And Tina's is like a dry erase board. It's very like moderate. But all three of them just wanted the same thing, was this Game Whiz. And Bob and Linda tried their best to not hype it and be like, we can't afford that. We can't. They didn't come out right and say it because I think they didn't want to crush their kids. But I mean, they bringing this up in other Christmas movies too. Like the Santa Claus brings this up with like Oscar Weenie Whistle and like Mystery Date. Like I didn't get the game. I didn't get the gift I wanted, and it was devastating. This was the Belcher kids being devastated that they wanted something so bad, and it just didn't happen. And it's basically because their parents didn't have the money to get it. And Bob and Linda felt horrible about it because they're just like, oh, they really, really, really wanted that thing, and we just couldn't get it. So they're just trying to make it work by going to see Christmas lights to try to bring in the season cheer and try to get the kids out of that headspace.
It was so sad.
It was like they knew it too. The second, like you can play this, it's Simon. I think they call it color something, but yeah, they're like, what is this? What do you do with this? It's like you just hit the pattern. I love that you had to explain it to every kid. And it's just like, then what do you do? Just keep doing it.
That's it.
Why would I want to keep doing that?
That thing was awesome in the 80s, damn it.
Yeah, Simon was the shit for the longest time. And then I love that Linda's like, yeah, when you beat it, it just like it does like a little jingle for the last 10 notes you hit. And she's like, did you ever get there? She's like, no, Tina, no one got there. Like if you did that, you went to NASA. You think I'd be here if you think I'd be here if I did that? We did get to see Mort's mom. It's been a while. It's been a long time since we've seen Mort's mom. It was a huge win for Bob and Linda. It is a win. A win is a win. As much as the Colortron. There we go. But yeah, it really is just, it was a win. And it was a small one. And that was good enough. And the Belchers did get something. I love that they literally referenced to, like, we're going to have to get more puppies sick and save them so we can buy more games because they're really expensive. Which goes back to kind of what Aaron and a lot of people have said. Like, the Belchers just can't afford a dog. Vet bills alone. There was a Simon game we used for reference. Yeah, I figured. Did anyone get the top score? I'm curious if anyone in the office got top scores. I've only ever gotten, I think, like 30 once. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It just became too much. I get that, but it was something they wanted for one episode, so it didn't feel like it was a big win as getting a dog. Yeah, they wanted a dog for a couple episodes. I get that. Not saying it was a bad episode. It's just not realistic. It just made me sad. I know. A lot of people did say it made them feel a little bit sad because, like, the Belchers don't get wins like that. But if you think about it, like, there's little examples of little wins that we really don't hear about again. Like, being able to fix the fryer, getting a new flat top, a new hood, getting new things for the restaurant, new seats.
Bob's eating cake.
Yep. Like, a lot of that stuff is, like, we only see it once.
Ooh,
but
Cello asked if we could tell her why the kids got detention. I have that written down.
Yeah, go for it.
At lunch, Louise jumped off of a table onto a ketchup packet to squirt someone and hit Mr. Frond.
Of course.
So he got ketchuped. Gene was set up like a drum set in the library, but with books, and was banging on them. And Mr. Ambrose popped up and gave him detention for that. And then Tina was having a snowball fight at recess with Tammy and missed and hit LeBons in the face.
Yeah, hit LeBons.
Oh, juice box. Thank you, Abby. I thought it was ketchup. I couldn't tell.
Oh, I used to do the juice box thing as a kid all the time. It makes a huge pop if you hit it just right.
Oh, yeah.
We used to do those after games all the time. We had a couple back and forths about how the Simon game worked. Yeah, I had to tell people how it works. Just keep hitting the colors in the same orders. That's what you do. Season 15 doesn't have audio description. Oh, okay. Louise jumped on the jukebox. Yep. And Gene was drumming with books in the library. And I was glad to see Mort. I do love the little bit where Mort's like, do you want me to get out of the car and get the keys? Like, nah, I can get it. Like, Bob's already defeated. And they do drive the hearse. I think there could have been a little bit more things to do with the hearse. But I love Mort being there. So I'm never going to complain that he's not. So
no. Someone made a good point in my group on my spoiler thread. where they're like, I hate the fact that Mort goes out of his way to be super nice and help the Belchers, and they kind of just take it as a, okay, cool, thanks, and like just to basically ignore him and just take his car and go.
Mm-hmm. I know that people brought up too, like, why isn't Mort in the restaurant as much anymore? It's like, well, you have 6 main people usually in the restaurant, and it's the Belchers and Teddy, and Mort's there, but someone said like it's hard to make storylines where Mort's always like, oh, I had a funeral today, and it's just like bringing it into the story. He's like, it's almost like he has to be fished into it, and
Yeah.
like we want it to be more organic, like he's just coming in or walking by, like. And a lot of other places, like, we don't see them a lot. I think we got Mort so much at the beginning that now we kind of expect him, and we just don't see him all the time anymore because it's kind of like we don't need that all the time. There's more things to do with it. You know, where a dog, I understand why do they keep dangling the carrot? It just feels cruel. Yeah, I do think at some point one of their friends could get a dog, and I think that would supplement it enough.
I feel like they just keep throwing it in there because that's a thing. That's how kids are. For the last year, my daughter has been wanting a belly button piercing, and she talked about it constantly.
She would, yeah. I do think if any character is going to get a dog, and it's a supplement to the Belchers, it might be Kathleen and Teddy. If you get Kathleen a dog, she's going to bring it over to Teddy's, and Teddy's going to watch the dog. And that could be a whole episode where the Belcher kids help Teddy watch the dog. There, I just pitched an idea. So it could be very fun. I think that would be it, is Teddy getting a dog, because he's probably not going to have kids. He has the Belchers, and he kind of is their uncle, father, Santa figure. So I think if anything, he very much could get a dog, and that could be where the kids get their fix.
I could see Jimmy Pesto getting one and keeping it tied up outside the restaurant.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too, and I hope that's not what they do with it. That'd be sad. I don't think it's cruel. It's realistic. Like, kids are going to interact with animals. Yeah, I think it's just not everyone can have that kind of stuff. They also live in an apartment. It's not ideal. And do the Belcher kids seem like they take care of things?
No, it would be Bob.
It'd be Bob, and Bob's got enough going on. So it's just not going to be a thing. Like, Gail has cats, and that's crazy enough. Rudy could get a dog. I could see that. It could be an emotional dog for Rudy. Can you guys, if you know, describe the layout of the apartment over the restaurant? I know last week's episode really showed how the rooms were laid out. Yeah. There's let's see. So like when you walk into the restaurant, there's the stairs and you go up, and there's a hallway. But if you're at the top of the stairs and you take a left, there's the living room. But they're in the hallway, there's a little closet, and that's their laundry room. And if you keep going down, facing like the street, is Jean's bedroom. And then once you get off of the living room is Linda and Bob's bedroom that also attaches to the hallway. There's like 2 doors. You keep going down the hallway to the right, you'll hit Louise's closet/room and Tina's room. And then the kitchen's at the very end by the fire escape in the back alley. That's kind of their layout. Bob and Linda, there's another bathroom as well, and that's in the middle of the hallway. I believe that's how it's laid out. I think that's how it's laid out. Does that seem right, Adam? I'm trying to like picture it in my head right now.
Yeah, it seems mostly right. I feel like there've been a couple episodes where the continuity's kind of gone out the window.
I feel the most in like the continuity is usually weird when it comes to the basement layout. Like, how do you get to the basement?
Yeah, but like the episode, I can't remember the title, but where Linda joins the businesswoman group.
Yeah.
When Bob and Jean have their spotter day, don't they walk towards Jean's room to go to the bathroom to soak in the tub? Or am I thinking wrong?
I think he's walking the other way.
Okay, because it felt like he walked towards his bedroom when they were going into the bathroom,
Oh,
and
I think he walks into his room.
thought it was weird.
I think he goes to get the face masks.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what I saw.
So is Tina on the left of the hallway and Louise is on the right? I think Tina and Louise are on the same hallway. They're going to the right towards the kitchen because they're across from each other, or they're right next to each other in that episode.
I think they're kind of perpendicular, aren't they? Because isn't Tina on the left and then Louise is at the end of the hall?
Because Tina's wall is shared, because crawl space we see it's shared with the kitchen. Tina shares a wall with the kitchen, and Louise is right on the other side of her wall. Because Tina's like in the back corner.
Yeah. The last episode where they where Louise came to put the sorry letter under Tina's door, I feel like she came out, walked towards the stairs, and made a right to Tina's room where the door was. So like I feel like they're just a few feet apart, but Tina's on the left and then Louise is straight back.
Yep.
But I could be wrong.
Because Gene's room is by the front, by the living room. He shares a wall with the living room. It's like a half wall, but yeah, he shares it with the living room. Because Abby did point out like earlier seasons that's laid out differently. It is laid out differently, especially where the basement is and the staircases are. It's very different in the first seasons. Because now we kind of know that the kitchen is laid out where you walk towards the back alleyway and there's a bathroom there for the employees only. And then you walk out. And then there's the stairs. But they show the stairs sometimes back there, and then other times they show it up front. I think it's earlier seasons it's up front.
Aaron said they're pretty hardcore about the layout for as long as I've worked there with them.
Yeah.
We'll see small stuff, but they know the layout pretty well.
No, I think it's like pretty solid now. I know I've drawn the blueprints before. So I know I have that. I drew them on blueprint paper. And it does make sense. I think, Abby, in the earlier seasons, you're right. I think they were just figuring it out.
Wasn't it synchronized swimming where they had a laundry room where Linda was wearing the mask she made for Gene? And that is not in anything else. And you find out the laundry room is actually a closet.
Yep.
With a stacked washer and dryer.
Yeah. I think they just got to the point where they started realizing, like, if we're going to reference those kind of things... And then they said in earlier seasons, a lot of stuff was throwaway because like we were never sure we were going to use that again. Like Bob's dad moving and these other women buying his restaurant, that never happened after that episode with Chet. So
Lauren did. Someone asked Lauren about that on Twitter, and he said that they discontinued that continuity because they thought it would be more. Can't remember how he said it. He thought fans would like it more knowing that Big Bob has always had the restaurant, never got rid of it.
Yep.
And just kept it.
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this Christmas episode, I liked it for the most part. It had a lot of good moments, a lot of feel-good moments. And a lot of people are very much like, I don't know if I love the feel-good things that are going on in these new seasons. So we'll get into that when we do a big round table discussion about it, because we want to get a lot of different people's opinions. People who are new to the show, people that are like, I've watched it from the beginning, the diehard fans versus like the I just enjoy watching it, and just try to get more of a different approach to see how everyone's feeling about it. So we'll get into that when we do that. But I know me and Mike are more in the headspace that we'll moderate it, because we're very much like, we have favorite episodes from both new and old. Our top, like, if we were to do like a top 50 list or a top like 25 list, it'd probably be a mix of both. Because each episode, like each section of the show, old or new, has different things that it brings, and it's just different. There's nothing wrong with that. And as you get older, you want different things. You're looking for different things from a show.
I like that a lot of episodes now have like a good message to them.
Yes. And I think it still has some, like, there was a lot of like good Louise one-liners and stuff in this episode where he'd be like, Louise, like, there's still moments where those are happening. I think people just want her to be like evil and uncanny and just like ruthless, which she is at times, but she's just not doing it all the time. I think we want to keep them away from being this one trick kind of pony where it's just like, they're all like this. Then it becomes too typecasted. Teddy has to be outlandish and crazy all the time and unhinged. And it's just like, that's just not, you can't have a well-rounded character like that. It just doesn't work. It pigeonholes your storylines. You can't do as much. Like Rick has to be constantly spitting and doing his thing and be like, blah, 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 and like it has to be crazy. It has to. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. And that's because his character is so typecasted to be that.
Ooh,
Aaron, if you had the ability to share that, and it's totally cool if you can't, we would love to post that. We're really promoting the Great North this week. So we would love to post that. I have a cool model that Joel showed off at the office. So I'm going to post that. It's only like 10 seconds, but it is a 3D model someone made of the Tobin house. And it's super cool. But it's just the outside.
Nice.
But it's very cool looking. But yeah, if you were able to do that, totally down to share that this week. At the top of the stairs to the right, Louise is in the hall closet. Down the right corner is Tina's room. Down the way to the left is the bathroom. Yeah. And then the kitchen's in the other corner. Yep. That's right. Good one, Toasty. It's okay.
Aaron can't share it. That's all right.
Because that house is super cool. Like, Moon and Ham's room alone is very cool. They all have like those cool, like big vaulted ceilings and lofted like beds. It's very cool. So, out of all the rooms though, like I look at it and like Judy's is kind of dull as the kids' rooms go. Like she has the Atlantis thing, which is fine, but like Moon's room is the coolest. It's got all the bugs and all the stuff in it that he has like in frames. It's very like just, I would be jealous if I was his age and didn't have that room. It's kind of like everyone remembers like Hey Arnold's bedroom. It's like that. All right, we could do that. We'll do that. We don't want to get Aaron's in trouble. Also, Aaron, did you do any animating in this episode? There's some moments that are like, these kind of look like Aaron. I'm just curious.
I have been enjoying Aaron's post of him acting out what he needs to animate.
Also, the sketches are really
good. The red pencil sketches, yes.
They're so good.
There's so many of those. I see them and I'm like, I would love to have a framed copy of that.
Same. They're so cool. Judy's posters. I do like Judy's posters. They are really cool. I just like Moon's layout. Judy's room is kind of the whole vibe, but Moon's room design is really cool. Just how it's laid out. But no, like the red pencil, there's so many good ones. And I saw that some people from the studio got some. I was like, that's cool because they're very well done. Arnold had the best room. I agree. I mean, he had a remote. That's super cool for all of his couches and TVs and stuff. That's very jealous as a kid, being like, why can't anyone else have that? But no, I really enjoyed this episode.
So, Aaron storyboarded the puppy and Louise snuggling and licking in the igloo.
That was one of the moments I was curious about.
The dog vomit kisses was so gross.
Yeah, that's a big no-no for me, but mention it. Can you talk about how the Tobin cabin is laid out? The rooms are compared to that. That's hard because we've only seen so much of the Tobins. That is hard because you come into the house and there's like a small little like entryway to the like main area. They have a big open room where it's like the kitchen, the dining room, and their living room is like one big space. And then they have a staircase on the one wall. Dad's room is down the hallway off the kitchen. And then they really haven't gone down the other way. There's a basement door with stairs that goes down, and then there's staircase along the wall that goes up to the second floor. And then I just know that there's like Judy's room is up there, Ham's room is up there, Moon's room is up there, and there's a closet with the TV, which I don't know where that is. It's just there's a closet. I think it's on the second floor, but it could be on the first floor. And then Honeybee and Wolf live in the guest house outside, not to be mistaken with the haunted outhouse. Oh, that makes sense too.
End credits were good too, this one.
They were really good. I figured that's when you do the sketches because I've seen your sketches and Bernard sometimes posts his sketches during these meetings and they're also really cool.
Yes.
Like he did like the many variations of Louise where he drew them in all these different styles. But your style's very unique, Aaron. So like when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's Aaron's. It's like very instantly like that's Aaron.
I'm blanking. What's the term for the end credits? Is it scene 80 or something?
I think so.
I just remember Mario telling us about that a long time ago.
Also, I don't know till recently that Moon was. Yeah, the bear onesie. I know there was rumors that somebody wanted to make one of those, so we'll have to see. But no, there's so many good moments in this episode in the show. I really enjoyed this episode.
Dude, if anything, I could see him doing a moon kind of, instead of bunny ears, a hood almost. They're just like straps.
Be similar to Louise ears, but fur. Yeah. I think that'd be fun. That'd be really fun to wear.
That'd be a nice winter hat, actually.
Yeah, especially like how cold it is. Definitely. Also, there should be an official Teddy beanie.
Yes.
So, see what we can do about that. We spent 8 hours going over one episode. So, yeah, me and Bernard doodle a bit. Yeah, I would have books of doodles. There's no way I could sit in those meetings and not.
No.
That's how much time goes over an episode. That's nuts. People, I feel like, don't know.
Sequence 80. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep. That's an industry term.
I mean, 8 hours over one episode, but that's one day. How many hours go into an episode? Hundreds.
Months of time to get it back and forth and make it happen. But yeah. And there are times where we will see people post things like, did you know that, like, what was it today? That, no, it's not worth it. Not doing that. But fun fact.
The Belchers are from New Jersey. Did you know that?
I did know that.
That's been the big one in my group for the last couple days.
Yeah, when they go to Florida, yeah, they show that. It's in there. If you didn't know that Tina was originally supposed to be a guy named Daniel, you just watch the pilot. It's on
I just learned this.
It's been there. There was one that someone posted that I actually didn't know. And it was that Gene was supposed to be named something different.
I did not know that one either.
It was supposed to be like named Lars or something, but they're like, but there's too many L names already with Linda and Louise, so they like name him something different. So Gene, which makes sense because Eugene Merman is Gene.
Yeah, so, I thought he was just gonna be Gene from the beginning since Eugene Merman.
That's what I figured, but yes.
Is the dog Lars a reference to Gene's original name?
Maybe because he kind of acts like Gene.
He does follow his own vomit.
Angry, yep. Into food. Unpredictable, scared. We haven't heard a Ken reference in a little bit, so maybe we're due for a Ken.
Yeah. Really, since the episode where Gene was left at home alone.
And it looks like the next episode is going to be a Tina-centered episode because it's that advice one where Tina's giving advice.
I'm for it. I like Tina episodes.
I think it'll be good. And I've liked every episode this season so far, so I know a lot of people are like, I don't know, I feel indifferent. Like, I think it may be time to reevaluate.
Trying to think, like, there's only been, I think, maybe one episode where I was like, that wasn't one of my favorites, but yeah, I've enjoyed every episode this season so far, too.
There will be an episode, yeah. They're both, Bob's and the Great North will be back this weekend. Although, for some reason, the new Bob's episode is not listed, but for Bob's, it's the 29th. Yeah, Great North is going to be this one. Bob's comes back the following week. Oh, this cold is just lingering. But yeah, we will get our first Great North. So yeah. And then Bob's will be back the following week. And then we get into the weird holiday schedule. So we'll see what they do with football. So hopefully we get a bunch of Great North all in a row. and we get Bob's back, because the old lineup is always fun. I love watching like Great North and Bob's right after each other.
Yeah. It is nice when you get that old comfortable feeling back.
Mm-hmm. And we like that feeling.
Like, I watched The Simpsons last night for the first time in a long time. I didn't realize, I thought it was on at 8.
Mm-hmm.
And at 8:30, I'm like, I'm going to put Fox on now so that way I can just go into Bob's. And I was surprised it was The Simpsons.
Yeah. It works out nice. And there's been some good moments with The Simpsons. So, yeah. Honestly, just excited that we have new Bob's, because, yeah, it's my comfort show. It's my feel-good show. And we'll talk about, like, sometimes, like, you're not a writer on the show, guys. So there's not going to be, like, you can change it or fix it or do things differently. You can make fan fiction.
Yep.
And we talk sometimes like, oh, I wish they could have pivoted or did this or done that. Or this could be an episode that could have been like, both plots could have been their own episode. Yeah, but that's just a thought. I don't hold them accountable for that. Like, that'd be a cool idea. I'll spin that someday and write something for fun, or like explain this is how I would have taken it in this direction differently, but still love it because it's still here. So we'll get into it. We'll wait, though. That'll be a whole episode and discussion thing. Maybe when there's not new episodes, we'll get into that. So let's wrap this up, because I can hear the little guy's going to come up. So he's definitely going to try to get in a minute.
Nice.
Plus bedtime. So, and we've kept you guys for, I think, what, an hour and like almost 20 minutes at this point? Yeah. So, yeah. It's time. It's time. So let us know in the comments when we go. I think we're going to do a post tomorrow. How'd you like the episode? Let us know what you feel about it. Let us know. We're going to try to consolidate those things so we can do some more discussions and stuff. We want to be more interactive getting into the new year with you guys. So we want to answer more questions that you guys post. We want to do more AMAs and answer those stuff. Maybe even answer them on air. So we'll do those kind of things too. If you know, we have a Patreon page. We'd love if you guys can support us. If not, it's no harm, no foul. As Mike would say, just help keep the lights on. It helps us send out prizes when we do those giveaways. It helps us buy the giveaways and send them out and make sure that we just can do some fun stuff for you guys. That's all. Pretty much every cent goes back into doing something for the show for you guys. We don't pocket any of it because we don't see the point. So if you can, cool. If not, we know it's tight. We're on the holidays, but either way, we appreciate you guys showing up every week and being here. We'll probably do we're doing trivia as well. I forgot to announce that. But yeah, we're doing trivia on the 30th, right before the new year comes in. It's really just as a thank you to you guys. So it'll be fun. We're thinking about trying to do some cool things there. I don't know if we'll do giveaways or not, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what we do. But yeah. So as we wrap things up, this has been another episode from the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am JB.
I'm Adam, filling in for Mike.
And Abby's in the comments, as always. So thanks, Abby. It's past your bedtime. Go to bed. And
Go to bed.
that was a much nicer way to say it than how Mike would say it. So count your And we'll be back next week. So we'll see you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Well, and I must hit the out. So here we go. Enjoy the new outro, guys. Mike worked hard on it.